A very good morning to all of you. Hope, am I audible to everyone? All of you can listen me. Am I audible to everyone? Okay. Okay, so just I'm waiting for only few 5 minutes so that everyone can join and we can start the session. And meanwhile, I'll just a very good morning to all of you again. Many persons have joined, so that's good. So give me only 5 minutes. Okay, meanwhile, I'll let the join to all persons, then I will start the session. So anyone can we discuss that what we discussed yesterday? Anyone can you tell me what we have discussed yesterday? Okay, Jeff, no problem. Okay. Even I will also go for test after this lecture. Don't worry. So if you want to go for the test, because the time is 10 to 12, that already you have got the message. So if you want to go for that one, that is okay. Okay, so I think everyone joined. So we are starting the session now. Yeah, of course we talked about ledger. So just everyone, can you see my slides? Everyone, are you able to see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, that's okay. So already we can see 39 participants is there. So of course now we are ready to start. I'm going to start lectures. And after lecture, just I'll give you one Google form so that you can put your attendance in that form, because when you are writing the roll numbers in chat box, I have felt that many of you, they have joined the lecture, but they didn't write the number at the last of in chat box. So if you are not putting your roll number in the chat box, of course you are getting absent. Clear? And Astos, I'll just request to you, please stop your video again and again. You are running it again. So no need to play your video. Of course, already I have allowed to everyone, whenever you want to speak something, you can unmute yourself, but there is no need to switch on your video. So I will request to everyone, please always switch off your video. Okay, no need to switch on that one. So Astos, already I have stopped your video, but you have started again. So I will request to you again that please switch off your video. Mr. Astos Dave. Astos, are you listening me? Okay. Okay, so I'm just starting the lecture. First, again, this last good morning to all of you. Now, if you remember, we discussed about unit number 4, that is unit number 4, including your laser and fiber optics. Okay, so we will start together both chapters because one topic we have left this topic clear. And if you remember, someone have already asked to me that the density of state is remaining derivation. So today I'll discuss about the derivation of density of states also, and I will complete the topics of chapter number 3, that is chapter number 4, that is losses and advantage, or we can say applications of laser. So combine and do together, clear. And after that, from next week, if your lecture will be there, because already I have 2 lectures only. So if there will be any lecture furthermore in next week, then or after your some time, then I will discuss about chapter number 3, that is called magnetic circuit. Clear? So currently I'm starting that already. Just I'm revising the topics that we have discussed. If you remember, we have discussed about these topics, and still many persons are joining. So it's a request to everyone, please join at a time. Clear? So we have discussed the first one, that is called introduction. We have discussed. Okay. Okay. So number 1, that is called first topic, introduction to interaction of radiation, that we have discussed. Coherence, that we have discussed also, if you remember.
So what did you just say right now? I did not hear because of connection problems.
Astos, just we have just started. Okay.
I know, but sir, before that, what did you explain to us?
I didn't explain anything, Astos. Bidu, just I have started now. So I didn't started anything. So can I start now?
Yes, sir, you can.
Yeah, actually, what I have explained, I'm saying again, Astos. First, I've said that some topics, that unit number 4, that including optical fiber and laser. So in optical fiber, the losses of optical fiber, that's what that was remaining, and application of laser, that was remaining. So first today I will complete these 2 topics. After that, I will complete one topic from unit first, that is called density of state derivation. And now after completing this topic, only one unit is remaining, that is called magnetic circuit. So in this week or in next week, whenever lecture will be there, I will complete your unit number 3. So this will be your completion of syllabus that we've discussed. Okay, Astos? Okay, so just I'm starting that yesterday, or we can say within last 2 weeks, we've discussed about the unit number 4 in terms of optical fiber and laser. So we have started the first topic, that what is introduction and what is the interaction of radiation. We have discussed, if you remember. Second, we have discussed about the coherence, that what is the coherence and how many types of coherence. So we have discussed about 2 types of coherence, that is called spatial coherence and temporal coherence. So I hopefully everyone have, because I have given some examples also. So I'm very sure that everyone have got some topics, or because some knowledge of the related to coherence. I think so everyone have got. Now the thing is that after that we started what is the meaning of laser and what is the full form of laser. So that already I've discussed about the light amplification of stimulated emission of radiation. So that we have discussed what is the full form of laser, and was the principle and working of laser also we have required. We have discussed, if you remember. Furthermore, we have discussed about what are the main component, or we can say what is the main process where or why we are giving lasing. So if you remember that we have discussed for lasing actions, there are most important points are there. That is called stimulated emission as well as absorption, spontaneous emission with non-radioactive decay. And with these 3 main parameters, we have also discussed 2 most important points, that is called population inversion and pumping. Because without population of inversion and pumping in any laser, lasing actions is not possible. Clear? So we have discussed these 5 topics first of all. Then we have discussed about the types of laser that we have discussed, because in our syllabus we already have discussed there are many types of lasers are there, but so just I'm going the slide. Just I'm going for the slides also. So we have discussed these points. Clear? So this was the introduction of your laser matter. Next, I have discussed about the absorption. I'm reminding again what is the absorption. Whenever any atom is getting some energy, which energy in terms of optical energy, and that optical energy is converted into internal energy of that electron, and if it is jumping from low level to high level or upper level energy, that is called absorption. Clear? Second, I've discussed, if you remember, that I've discussed about the spontaneous. Just on the reverse of absorption, what is the spontaneous? We have discussed whenever any electron is jumping from lower level to energy, upper level energy level by absorbing any photon in terms of optical energy, of course, it is going to upper level. But we have discussed on the next statement, we have discussed that whenever an electron jumping from lower level to upper level at that time, that electron cannot stay for a longer period in upper level. That already we discussed about time. You can see on the slides also that are given, that is called 10 to minus 8 seconds. So very we can say 10 microseconds. So it is very small time. It is very small time where any electron can exist for a higher energy level state, or we can say any electron can stay for a 10 microsecond only. So this is called whenever any electron is coming back from higher level to lower level and again releasing one photon in terms of energy, that is called H equal to E2 minus E1, that is called spontaneous emission. So if you remember, we have discussed that absorption and spontaneous emission both are random. Because why we are saying random? Because they are occurring by self nature of the phenomenon of the energy. Clear? So that's why we have discussed. Next one, we have discussed stimulated emission. So again, I'm saying, what is a stimulated emission? Because in stimulated emission, we are already providing some types of energy, clear, in terms of photon energy. So in short, we are giving one photon, and at the time of emission, we are getting number of photons, that is called 2 photons or any number of photons. So that is called stimulated emission. Clear? Now, this is the most important point we discussed, that what is the difference between stimulated emission and spontaneous emission. Also, I've said this is very good reference question, so keep in mind. Clear? Next, what is the principle of Lagrange action? What is the quality we have discussed in the study lecture? What are the properties of laser that are discussed about the coherence, high intensity, high transmissibility, and high monochromaticity? So these are the 4 characteristics, or we can say properties of a laser that must be keep in mind. Now, whenever we are talking about the principle and working of laser, we have discussed about a lot of things, that what is the coherence, what is temporal coherence, what is the spatial coherence, why we are doing the coherence, and what is the meaning of highly coherent light, what is the meaning of highly dazzling light. So we've discussed about that one. What is the population inversion? If you remember, I've said population inversion means any electron, if you are increasing number of electrons on the upper high levels. Clear? If you remember, I've already discussed that whenever we can increase the number of electrons in the upper high level as compared to lower level, that is called population inversion. So ultimately, if any we can say any concentration of the electrons in upper energy level E2, for example, E2, just to give example E2, if it is more than E1, clear? Suppose, for example, in E2, currently we can say nearly 20 atoms are electrons or atoms are there, molecules are there, while in E1, that is called lower energy level, only few electrons are there, that is called 9 or 10. So ultimately that is called population inversion. So that's it going on. Clear? So now already I've said for population inversion we require pumping. So we have discussed what is the pumping, what is the meaning of optical pumping, what is the meaning of electrical discharge pumping, what is chemical pumping, and heat pumping. So yesterday we discussed about these topics. Also we discussed about the laser elements. What are the essential elements for laser? If you remember, we have said laser medium, then pumping source, and optical feedback. Clear? So on the basis of these all the content that till now what we discussed, based on the gain medium, lasers are classified into 5 main types, that is called gas laser, solid state laser, fiber laser, liquid laser, dye laser, that is also known as dye laser, semiconductor laser. Just a minute. Okay. So please, sir, how do laser light filter? Wisdom, actually, I'm not getting a portion that, please, sir, how do the laser light filter means? Already I said, if we are providing temporal coherence, means if we are providing filtering in terms of wavelength. If you are making a wavelength filter, so of course, every color of light, like in terms of red, green, yellow, whatever you are going for that. If you are talking about a particular color of any laser light, means we are talking about particular wavelength. If you remember, just I'm going for that slide. In ruby laser or in helium laser, when I'm saying that, sorry, when I'm saying that I am getting the red light, I have given that particular wavelength, 694.3 nanometer, if you remember. So ultimately, now the thing is that how we are making filters. So of course, they are putting filter in terms of any wavelength filter. So that will be done, that will be carried out with any technique, filtering technique. Clear. So with any filtering techniques we're providing, or if you're just making your filtration of wavelength, it means we are making filtration of color. Clear. Because already I've said, when you are talking about the temporal coherence, it means we are making filtering of that already, as you can see in the last slide. I'm just entering the slide. You can see this one particular when I'm doing this one. Clear. So when I'm doing for the temporally coherent, if I'm talking about the temporally coherent, then wavelength filtering will be done. Now there are many techniques. There are many techniques we are using for the wavelength filter, because filter, that is already I've said, filter is a combination of any element that is called L and C, whatever. So if you are making an electrical filter, if you are making a physical filter, so which type of filter you're putting there, that depends on the filtering technique. Clear. But if you want to provide a particular light for the color, then we are going for a particular wavelength, because every color of a light, like in terms of light, already I've said, so every color of a light, because the light is a combination of many colors. So ultimately, when we are making a particular color, so we have to apply a filter for particular wavelength. And hopefully, am I able to answer?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So just going for the mode on that already discussed about these slides. Clear. Just I've just given a revision that yesterday, because already someone have said that yesterday something gone fast that we didn't get. So that's why I've repeated that. If you have any problem, Astos, I have said many times to you, please stop your video, but still you are making it on. I don't know, it is making my on myself or it is doing, but I don't know. So make it off. Okay. Switch off your video. Else Astos I have to remove. That's why, because you are just getting some problem in the lecture. That's why. Astos, are you listening me? Astos, am I audible to you? Okay, I'm just removing now. Then furthermore, I'll discuss what we. Okay, so now. Okay, so we have discussed many types of laser, and furthermore, we have discussed about construction and working of new laser. And the most important point that we discussed yesterday, because many have said that something said we have to repeat once again, so already I'm repeating. So actually, helium neon laser. Why this is called helium neon laser? Because that's as a medium we are using a gas mixture. If you remember, already I've said. So what is the meaning of gas mixture? What is the meaning of that? That why we are using helium neon lasers, and what is the meaning of mixtures is there? Just a minute. Okay, it is meaning that ultimately, first of all, we are taking a mixture of helium and neon. Already I've said, most part of helium and less part of neon. If you remember, we discussed yesterday that we are taking the ratio that is already I'm writing here, 5:1 to 20:1. So the first one for helium and second one for neon. So with this ratio are making a mixture that is called gas mixture. That's why it's called gas laser. So we are using as a medium of helium and neon. We are 5 times of helium, 1 time of neon. That I'm taking first of all. Second thing, what we are providing in the pumping source. So already we have said that in pumping source we are providing that is called electrical discharge pumping. Ultimately, what we are doing, we are providing a high voltage. Clear? We are providing a high voltage of 10,000 kilovolt edge for pumping state. So whenever we are providing high voltage, that is called high DC voltage to that gas mixture. So of course, the electrons and molecules of the gas mixture are getting some energy, and that electrons are getting some energy, and they're transferring the energy to helium atoms. Clear? And whenever helium atoms are getting some energy, ultimately they are moving or they are jumping toward the next energy state. And whenever they are moving next energy state, on that time they can't stay more. So what they are doing, they are coming back to the new stable state, that's called meta stable state. On that state, they are transferring the energy to the neon electrons, and neon electrons are making spontaneous and distributed emission. So in such manner, because whenever your stimulated emission will be there, it means with the help of stimulated emission of radiation, we are making lasing action. So this is the process we have discussed yesterday. Just I have repeated thoroughly so that you can understand what we have discussed yesterday. Clear? So just I'm going further now. So this is the construction I've discussed. Some specifications you can see already have written that 5:1:20:1. Clear? If you remember, we've discussed about that 80 centimeter tube of length and 1.5 centimeter diameter. So we have given some diagram also. We have given some typically specifications for the helium neon laser also. Clear? And that already I've said that these only two topics are there. Only two types of lasers are there: helium neon and ruby laser. It is very, very important in terms of point of your mid-sem. So keep in mind, clear, and try to just read these two topics very carefully. These two topics, and third one that I have said, that is spontaneous emission and difference between spontaneous and stimulated emission. So already from this chapter, there are many short, or we can say many such a reference question I'm giving to you. So already I have given assignment 2. So prepare yourself very well. Clear? Next one, when we are talking about the ruby laser, clear, we have discussed about the advantage and disadvantage of helium neon laser. And whenever we are talking about the ruby laser, already you can see, just we have discussed, I have given my answer for that guy. So you can see whenever I'm talking about this particular red light, you can see ruby laser. Why it is called ruby? Because ruby means just a pink or red, that depends. So already I've said this is second laser we are discussing now. It's ruby laser. So in ruby laser, we are discussing two things. First of all, because this is called ruby laser, and they're using again as a mixture of sapphire and chromium ion. So hopefully you know that what is the meaning of sapphire. Sapphire means we are talking about the aluminum oxide, Al2O3, where Al plus 3 ions are taking place, and second, that is called chromium, where Cr plus 3 ions are taking place. Now, whenever we are talking about ruby laser, actually we are making a mixture, but that mixture, that mixture, or we can say that medium, is a combination of sapphire as well as chromium. Now the thing is that, again, whenever I'm talking about the mixture, or whenever I'm talking about any combination, it means it must having some concentration. Now the thing is that in ruby laser, whatever we are using as a medium, in that medium, Cr plus 3 ion concentration very, very less as compared to Al2O. So again, and that is called, if you are talking about this particularly technically, if you are calling this word, this is called doping of ions. So what we are doing, ultimately what we are doing, we are making a mixture of, or we can say we are making, or just we are doping of chromium ions in Al2O3, that is called sapphire. So with this combination, we are creating some medium, and whenever I'm providing some energy from the xenon flash tube, clear? Already I have said xenon flash tube, which is providing energy in terms of optical energy. That's why this is called optical pumping. Most important point that you have to keep in mind, number one, that is called in helium neon laser, we are using electrical discharge, while in ruby laser, we are using optical pumping, that in terms of flashlight, xenon flashlight, we are using as a energy providing, something like that. Clear? So we have discussed that about what is the ruby laser, which type of light that is called. Clear? And second thing, already I have said that color, red or pink, depends on red color, red, pink, and red depends upon the chromium plus 3 doping. Clear? So we have discussed about the three components are there. If you can remember, the laser medium, pump source, and optical resonator. Clear? We have discussed what is optical resonator. If you remember, in optical resonator, we have discussed that we are having two silvered mirror. Clear? One is called 100% or fully reflector. Second, we can say that is 90 to 95% reflector, and this mirror is giving emission of laser light. Clear? So that's already I've given the diagram to you, understanding that you can see this is your partially reflected mirror, and that is called fully reflected mirror. So Joseph, you want to ask something? Joseph, you can write in the chat box if you want to. You have raised your hand, so that's I'm asking. So do you want to ask something, or you want to speak something? Everyone is raising your hand. Actually, I'm not taking attendance now. So again, I'm asking, if there is any question, then you can ask, or you can write in the chat box. Because I'm not providing.
Yes, I have question.
Yes, yes, please, you can speak now.
Can you explain this flash tube? Like explain.
Yeah, of course, of course. Flash tube means it's a part of laser. Clear. With the help of flash tube means already I'm saying we are providing some light. Light means photons. If you remember, I have discussed optical pumping. So are you familiar about the word optical pumping? Actually, what is optical pumping? Do you know? Because in optical pumping, for example, I'm just giving some example here so that you can understand very well. But still, if there is any doubt, you can ask me, no problem. If this is, I'm just giving a basic level of absorption. Everyone, you know very well what is the meaning of absorption means. What did you say about the three important elements of Ruby laser? I have said about the three important elements of the Ruby laser. Just I can show the slides. Number one, if you can see, number one, that is called laser medium, which is a medium, means I'm taking combination of sapphire Al2O3 as well as Cr+3 ions. Number one. Number two, I'm taking that is called pumping source as a xenon flash tube. And third, I'm using optical resonator. So Romani Julu, have you got your answer? Then I will answer for that guy. Have you got your answer? Okay. So now I'm coming back to that point that already he said that. Okay. So you are asking what is the meaning of actually flash tube. So don't worry, I'm giving you an answer first of all. Abdis Joseph, actually, sorry, your audio does not display. We cannot hear you. Anyone is facing problem with audio or something display? Because we are getting two messages in chat box ki they can't see my screen or they can't hear me. Am I audible to everyone? Please reply in the chat box or you can speak here. Am I audible to everyone? Okay, so everyone, can you see the screen also? Okay, so if anyone is facing if anyone is facing any issues like that for listening something or screen problem, then you can leave and go to join again, because there may be some network problem from your side, from not my side, because already everyone can see the screen and they can listen me very well because they have given the answer. Yes, sir, that's fine. Okay, so the thing is that what is the meaning flash tube? Already I have said, if you remember, when I have discussed about that is called absorption technique. What is going on? Absorption technique means for this photon, if I'm providing one photon means ultimately photon is the source of energy. Ultimately, photon is the source of energy in terms of optical energy. So sorry. So flash tube is the source of optical energy. Are you getting my point? Flash tube is nothing else. Flash tube means just we are providing some types of photons, clear, and we are emitting some photons from flash tube in terms of optical energy, and that optical energy will be transferred to the medium electrons, and that medium electrons are going for the population inversion and pumping. So have you got my point? Actually, what is a flash tube? Flash tube is nothing else. Flash tube is a element of an lasing action which is providing optical energy in terms of number of photons. Clear? And that energy will be transferred to the medium electrons. So have you got my question? Have you got my answer?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Is there any question you can write in the chat box? I will try to reply everyone. Clear? So these topics already discussed yesterday, and that's why I repeated today, because already many of you have said, sir, can you repeat the whole topic or whole chapter? So that's why I have started from the first slide and I repeated everything that. Okay. So first element was that number one, first element that is called laser medium. Number two, that is called pumping, clear, pumping source, that is called flash tube. And third, optical resonator. Already I said, whenever electrons are getting some pumping and polar inversion, they will move inside the tube, clear. And whenever they're moving inside the tube, so ultimately they are reflecting from two mirrors, because we are having two mirror combination. One is called fully reflector, second is called partially reflector. So whenever they are moving, so ultimately the ions, or we can say photons, are coming back from full partially reflected mirror. So this is the combination. So that is called optical resonator, where I'm applying optical coating, clear. And with the help of optical coating and with the help of optical energy resonator, we are giving emission of photons, number of photons. So that's the working of Ruby laser. We have discussed what is the main working we have discussed yesterday. So I'm not going to repeat that thing again. Clear. Now that was the last slide of study lecture. That what is the laser actually, and where we can apply, where we can use or major applications of laser. So I'm continuing from here now. So laser is an optical device, already I said, that generates, just a minute. Laser is an optical device that generates intense beam of coherent monochromatic light by stimulated emission of radiation. That's a perfect definition. We can say what is the major application or what is the main application of laser. So this is a perfect application, or we can say definition. Now, of course, we know laser light is very, very different from an ordinary light, because ordinary light means that light can directed in any direction. So that's why it is not so much, we can say, having discrete nature. Now, laser light, you know very well. Laser light already has said highly coherent, highly directionality there, okay, and monochromicity there. So many things that we can discuss here. Now, it has unique properties such as coherence, monochromicity, directionality, and high intensity. So because of these properties, unique properties, the most significant applications of laser includes number one, that is called laser in medicine. Number two, lasers in communication. Number three, lasers in industry. Number four, lasers in science and technology. Number five, lasers in military. So just I'm trying to explain more, or we can say explore more technique, that what do you mean by, if anyone is saying that what is the laser in medical science, what is the meaning, that you know, also you most of all you know that lasers are used for bloodless surgery, that you can say that we can say already, if you are not cutting any part, if you are making any surgery, that is called with the help of lasers we can do. Lasers are used to destroy kidney stones also. Lasers are used in cancer diagnosis and therapy also. Lasers are used for eye lens curvature correction. So we are given some points you can read, but of course in exam you're not going to discuss, or you are not going to write all points. This is only for reference point. Then what is the application of laser? So if anyone, I think so everyone have knowing that what is the application of laser. So you know very well, lasers are very useful in medical science now, because with the applications of laser we can perform a lot of tasks in terms of medical science. So I've given some few, even 12, there are few, even more applications can be done with the help of lasers in medicine. So just I've given only few for your study purpose, for reference purpose. So you can read all the 12 points. Okay. And if you are going to ask that, sir, how it is possible? So of course, I'm not a medical sciences student, so I can't reply that how it is possible, because you already, I think so, this is the reference topics we have given, that lasers in medicine, what they are using medical science. So that I've given, I think so first one is very, very similar, and everyone is familiar about the first point. Second, third, even first, second, third, everyone have knowing about that one, clear. So whenever any percentage suffering from the that we can say pain for liver or lungs, like that, it also could be treated by using lasers. So ultimately, lasers are, that was what I wanted to ask. But again, wisdom, actually, you know very well, I'm not a medical science, so I can't explain very well that how lasers are working in that one, how lasers are performing surgery operations, and of course in plasma treatment, how they are doing, I don't know more of them, because that is typically, if you are going to ask, and that's a particular topic of medical science. Clear. So I'm not able to answer so much about that one. Clear. So sorry for that one. I think so you can understand my condition, whatever I'm speaking here. Clear. Eighth one, that you can see the laser are used to chemical reactions also to create plasma. So just I'm saying used to remove tumors also, which is very, very dangerous, we can say, for their mind or something like that. So we are having a lot of applications in medical science for lasers. Number two, lasers in industry. So you also know that whenever you are talking about the cut glasses and quartz, we are using lasers. Lasers are used in electronic industries for trimming the component of ICs also. Clear. Even if you want to see in our Marwari University in MUIICR, that's a center in Marwari University. So MUIICR, on the first floor A wing, you can go there. We are having laser cutting machine. With that laser cutting machine, we can cut even material also, metals also, wood also. So if you can go, you can see that how laser light is coming and how they are making design, something like that. So even if you want to go with any metal cutting, or if you want to frame some, or if you want to frame a picture on metal, something you can do it with the laser application also. So laser application is also have a, we can say means laser presently, if you are talking the current scenario, presently lasers are having a wide application everywhere in terms of medical science, in terms of industry, in terms of military officers. So lasers are most popular because that they having a particular wavelength. What are quartz? Quartz, hopefully you must know that quartz. What is the quartz? Clear? Okay, so I will apply for that question. Don't worry. Clear. First, I will try to complete the topic. So lasers are used to heat for heat treatment in automotive industry also. Laser light is used to collect the information about the prefixed prices of various products in shops and business established from the barcode printed on the product. You can see whenever you're going for any shopping mall, they are making some, they are having some barcode. With that barcode there, they can just, you can buy something, they can making a billing procedure. That so ultimately lasers are very popular in all terms and conditions are there. Clear. Next one, application of laser in terms of communication. So laser light is used in optical fiber communication. I have said whenever I've started the chapter number 4, if you remember, in classes we have discussed about optical fiber, and instead of optical fiber, we have discussed first of all what is the communication. You can see my slides of optical fiber, and before starting optical fiber, we have discussed, we have defined and what is the meaning of communication. Because optical fiber, they are the optical fiber, we can say they have a wide role in terms of communication. So this is called optical fiber communications. And in optical fiber communications, ultimately what we are doing, we are providing laser as a source of light. So with that already have written there that laser light is used in optical fiber communication to send information over a large distance with low loss. Clear? Second, laser light is source in underwater communication network that we have discussed in the classes. If you remember, under sea water, we are having a huge network of the connections. Clear? And where we are using optical fiber system. Number third, lasers are used in space communications, radars and satellites. So if anyone have seen the movie Mission Mangal, you can see some points in that also. Clear? Now, whenever I'm talking about lasers in military operations, laser range finders are used to determine the distance of object that is used. And one more thing, most important, that is called submarine. Whenever we are finding a submarine positions of Indian submarines or for any enemy submarines, at that time laser lights also are used for that. Clear? So laser light used in lidar, if you remember, hopefully you have read this word lidars to accurately measure and the object distance. Clear? These topics already I've said, this topics is very common point, and everywhere you have listened that already you know that what is the points I'm discussing here. So these are the all topics in lasers. Clear? Now first of all, this is your completion of chapter number 4. The second, that first part, that is called, we have discussed about, if you remember, we have discussed about optical fiber. Second, we are going to start that one more chapter we have discussed, if you remember, in optical fiber. So we have left few topics, that is called optical fiber loss. So again, we are combining both chapter because this is your completion of unit number 4. So if you remember, now if there is any question in laser chapter, then you can ask me, then I'll go further for this chapter. Even we have discussed many things about this chapter, if you remember. Okay, just I want to know, in this chapter we have discussed these points, am I right? Numerical, what is the numerical aperture? These topics we have discussed, yes or no? So please share us link of lecture B for not attending properly because of network. But for some already have shared, so where should I link? Where should I share the link now? Because I have seen many times, currently say 47 participants there, but meanwhile I've seen that 57 participants is there. So I have seen, also I'm observing one thing, that many one is leaving and joining, leaving and joining. So I don't know why it's happening, but you have to take care about your network also. Okay, no problem. So I can understand the situation from network problems there. So ultimately we have discussed, if you remember, that we've discussed about this topic, what is the NA numerical aperture. Clear? So we have discussed that NA equal to, this is the formula we've discussed, if you remember. This topic we've discussed. this one. Clear? N equal to N1 square minus N2 square. And the slides already have given to everyone. So hopefully you can discuss. We have given some 2 problems out there. If you're capable to solve this problem, that is too good, as I'll provide the answer for these 2 problems. Classification of optical fiber. If you remember, we have discussed this topic that you have to read by self. Okay, but I don't think so that how many have read from your side. Clear? So just I'm giving a flow network of that. What is optical fiber can be classified on the following basis. Number 1, on the basis of refractive index that already I've discussed in the classes, on the basis of mode of propagation, on the basis of materials or which the fibers are made. So the connection very poor. That is why we go on and off. I can understand only I can understand the things because only I've said. So no one can. Of course, I can't help you. But try to get the network in the good positions so that you can attend your lectures. Because if you're not having good network, of course the lecture is not so interesting. Because whenever you are coming, leaving, so it will you say will lose your interest for the topic that time. So the fiber material used in manufacturing of the fibers, that keep in mind that high content silica glass we are using here, then multi-component silica glass and plastic. So these 3 components we are using as a manufacturing of optical fiber. So that this slide already I have discussed in the class before, but just I'm repeating so that we can start your remaining number 3 magnetic circuit. I'll start in next lecture, don't worry. But before that, we have to complete your chapter number 2, chapter number 4 fully and in a concrete manner so that you can understand everything. No topic must be leave there. Clear? So classified optical fiber, that is called based of refractive index profile, that is called step index, and green fiber. Based on mode, that is called step index single mode, step index multi-mode, and green multi-mode fiber. Based on materials, that is called glass fiber, plastic fiber, or plastic clad silica fiber, that is called PCL, PCS. Clear? So these are the types of fiber. Number 1, on the basis of propagation mode, we can define that light can be propagated down an optical fiber by reflection or refraction. Already we discussed. In reflective type, light rays travel in zigzag mode, step index, whereas in refractive type, light rays travel in a continuous waveform, that is called graded index fiber. So whenever we are talking about the propagation mode, at that time, if we are talking about health team come for artificial test in hostel C. Masruk Habib, I know already I've said, even I'm also going after this lecture for that test. But now if you want to attend, then you can attend. If you want to leave, then you can take a decision by yourself. Okay? Masruk. Okay. Can we do the practical of producing optical fiber here in school? Can we do the practical of producing optical fiber here? Good. Actually, I'm not so much sure about that one because practical of producing, you are talking about the manufacturing. Wisdom, are you talking about the manufacturing? Because till now I don't have a much idea about that about manufacturing, but I'll find something. I'm not sure about the manufacturing. Food we can perform, yeah, performing the practicals in terms of your wavelength and index. How can you find RI? That we are performing the experiment, but practical of producing optical fiber, that is I am not sure about that, much sure about that. Clear? So okay, so just continue. That is called single mode fiber and multi mode fiber. Second one. Clear? So next one, what is single mode? As the name suggests, this type of optical fiber transmit only one mode of light. To put it another way, it can carry only one wavelength of light across its length, and the wavelength that is we are using, that is called 1310 nanometer to 1550 nanometer. So you can see this figure also. Single mode fiber means we are talking about single light. In multi-mode fiber, and single mode fibers came into existing after multi-mode fibers. They are more efficient than the multi-mode cables. These cables can carry only one mode physically by having a tiny core. That is to say that the diameter of the core is essentially of the same order of wavelength of the line passing through it. So this topic already we discussed here. Second mode, multi-mode, already you can see as the name implies that in multi-mode we are providing optical types of optical fiber allow multiple modes of light, means we can provide at least many mode of we can provide two or more two modes of a light we can travel in this. So So the single mode and multi-mode one is better for distance connection. Already you can see, my dear, I can't hear your name because Lenovo is written there. But the thing is that you can see whenever we are talking about the higher wavelength, so of course I have said that single mode is very, very popular now, because with the help of single mode, we can go for the high wavelength. What does high wavelength means? We can go for the high density, and if your wavelength or energy will be high, so we can cover a long distance. So that's why for a long distance connection, single mode fiber, that is very, very good for that one, because they are carrying high wavelength spectrum of 1310 to 1550 nanometer. So hopefully, am I able to give your answer? Clear? So you can go with that slides also. We have discussed that topic. Actually, this. Yes, please. Okay. So this topic we discussed. So you can see the multi-mode. Already we are providing 3 to 4 layers of the light, or so that's why the lights are coming in the optical fiber system. Clear? So this continuously process going on. And second dot, already I said, on the basis of different index, we can say step index fiber and gradient index fiber. So whenever you are reading these topics, and what is the meaning of step index fiber, what is the meaning of gradient index fiber, clear? When we are talking about the design of material, we can say plastic core, plastic cladding, glass core with plastic cladding, and glass core with glass cladding. So these are the types of material we are using, that is called most popular plastic optical fiber, that is called POF, or polymer optical fiber. Both are similar name. Clear? So plastic optical fiber or polymer optical fiber is an optical fiber that is made of polymer. Similar to glass optical fiber, POF transmit light or illuminations data that is called through the core of fiber. Most of all means we can say in every fiber we are transmitting the data from core only. Clear? So already we have discussed many points today. Clear? Now losses associated with optical fiber. This slide, this is the last slide that you have to keep in mind. Clear? Just try to read this slide only, this topic. So this your chapter number 4 will be ending from this topic. Clear? Now already I have shared my slides to everyone, and keep in mind this topic, fiber optic communication system, FOCS, is not in your syllabus for any midsummer exam, so there is no need to write. It is only for reference I am providing to you, so that you can read and you get some extra knowledge. Clear? But this topic is in your syllabus, again I'm saying. Clear? So this was your, again, this is your last topic, so I'm not going for this topics, and because this topic is not in syllabus, so I'm not going to discuss. So thanks to all of you again, and if there is any problem or any question, you can ask me. If your connection is losing, no problem. If you are facing any problem when you are reading, you can ask me, or you can put a message to me. I will explain. So just I'm stopping the cell now, and thanks to all of you. Now all of you can write your roll number in the chat box as a study you've written. First, I will request to TC1. First, I will request to the guys of TC1. They can write the number. All guys and girls of TC1, please write your number, and then you can leave. I request all guys and girls of TC1, write your roll number, then you can leave. Okay, Mikyas, today I will share the syllabus, don't worry. And now I'll request to the guys of TD1, please write your roll number. Okay, now I'll request to guys of TP1, write your roll number. And thanks to all of you. You have joined lecture very the large numbers. They have got 7 participants there. That's too good from my side also. And again, if there is any number 2 and number 4 that we discussed till now, that is mid-sem syllabus. And today I'll share a mid-sem syllabus also. I will share a PDF file for mid-sem syllabus. And the guys who have written the numbers, they can leave now. Thanks to all of you. But please read your number, write your number in the chat box, because I will take attendance from chat box. So don't forget to write your number. First, write your number, write your roll number, then you can leave. If you've written your number, you can leave now. Thanks to all of you. Okay, so I'm ending the meeting. Hopefully everyone have written the number. Okay, thanks to all. I'm just ending session now.